find that out. We're honestly just a group of guys that are not only family and friends. Welcome to the HnH podcast. We're pretty dang excited to be here with you guys today. We got freaking everyone today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running a little later than usual, but because of that, we've got everyone with us.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. Heck yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, it's been a while since all four of us been on.
Yeah.
But just for listeners' sakes, go ahead and introduce your guys' self again. Just this is number 11. So, well, I don't know what it is. It's actually like number 15 or whatever by the time it gets out. But we just released our number 10, so that's a big milestone for us.
Heck yeah.
So just kind of reintroduce yourselves and let's go from there.
Well, I'm James, and I welcome everyone to the podcast every week.
Yep.
And I like to party.
I'm Colton, and I'm the annoying one probably. But yeah, I edit most of the videos and everything. And yeah, that's what we do.
Jared, I'm the one that gets told, oh, hey, go do something stupid, and I usually go do it. So I make some of the good memories.
But more importantly for us, he's the man with the connections. So pretty sweet things come from him.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple sweet ones, last months.
So he's really putting us forward, which is awesome. But
I'm Hunter, the man, the myth, the legend, the single Pringle of the group, and I like to party. So
I know for a fact you don't party.
I like to party. All right. I just found some fireworks in this bathroom. Do you want to come watch me light them off?
Let's do it. Our code word will be whiskey.
Whiskey.
Well, heck yeah. No, like I said earlier, we're excited to be here with everyone today. We've been doing pretty good. We've got, as Colton was mentioning, we've got 10 episodes out already, with many more to come. I was hearing a statistic at one point that if you can make it past 3 episodes and still be doing it, enjoying it, whatever, you're going to be pretty all right. So I think we're going to be pretty all right.
I am okay with pretty all right.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a fun journey. So like our last podcast was saying, we're very grateful for everybody that's helped us along. But with that being said, you guys want to just jump right into it?
Well, hold up. What has everybody consumed this week?
Oh, you stole my line.
I took it.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have been consuming a lot of turkey hunts. Been watching a lot of turkey hunts.
You been watching Hunt in Public at all?
A little bit. Not
They're
as much as I
I
should.
really like their Western series when they come out west, but
yeah. No, it's pretty dang nice. I've also been listening to our, as it's been called, our sister podcast. Dude, we should make a podcast.
The last one was hilarious.
It was. Oh, no, I really like what they do. It's perfect for them. And then I've just been drinking a crap ton of soda, as usual.
What's the soda choice this week?
This week, man, I've been drinking the crap out of Dr. Pepper as usual, but I've also been doing this new Mountain Dew. It's the summer freeze.
There's another new one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Golly.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Not my favorite, but it's not bad.
My favorite's still USA.
Yeah, it'll never
But
be beat.
That
yeah,
was
it also has nostalgic purposes too.
Oh yeah.
But,
Oh, heck yeah. What the heck have you guys been consuming?
well, I've been same as you. I've been really jamming down Jason stuff this week. My coworker absolutely loves it, so we'll throw that on the drive. We finally found a common interest, and it's that podcast. Um, so we enjoy listening to that on the way to work. So, and then a lot of gritty, a lot of spring bear stuff because come Monday, I'm gonna be a resident. Wyoming, which means I am picking up a bear tag as soon as I get my license. So
Freak yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go hit some country and try to find a bear in the next couple weeks.
Heck yeah.
But with that, I've been consuming a lot of gritty, a lot of that kind of stuff because that's their gig, that's their mo. So um, yeah, that's
for me. I've been consuming a lot of turkey everything. I've been watching a lot of turkey hunts all over YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok. Luckily enough, eating some fresh wild turkey as well. Got pretty lucky.
Heck yeah.
Also gotta consume some Chris Stapleton music at his concert that he just went on tour. Went to his concert last night. Gotta say, like, if you ever get a chance to go to one of his concerts, do it. Best concert I've ever been to. That's why my voice sounds like crap today.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Very much.
yeah.
Sweet. Well, I've been kind of anorexic on the whole hunting situation. Um, Texas has consumed a lot of my time, and when I get back to the hotel after work, I kind of just want to go to bed, and so I ain't been watching a whole lot. Um, but I have caught a couple of the Hushin their Shed Tour 2023 videos, and those,
That is the most I've seen Chester struggle.
yeah, it's been kind of a rough start for
Yeah.
the guys, but it's got me excited. Come Monday, I know me and James are going to be hitting the hills,
Heck
and
yeah.
at
Lucky
least I'll be
buggers.
finding stuff. I can't say the same for him, but
I'll be there.
James will be there. So yeah, that's about it for me though. It's been pretty slow hunting wise from me for the last couple of weeks.
Heck yeah. Well, hopefully by the end of the weekend, you guys have some pretty cool content to share. But
Yeah,
Heck
um,
yeah.
I know there's some cool things on the way just from what we've seen already, but with what you guys did in New Mexico and whatnot. But heck yeah.
So, what is the topic tonight?
Your mom.
boom roasted.
Oh, you got me good.
Roasted. Except that's
Oh,
actually what it is.
Yep. Yep. Since May's rolling around, I thought we'd kind of throw our brains together, or yeah, whatever, about moms. Because I know every one of your guys' moms. So I know all of our moms have been very supportive in every retrospect of this. Um, moms, grandmas, uh, wives. So that's kind of the topic we're gonna run off of today is the women in your life and how they've helped you throughout your life, but more specifically throughout your hunting career. So with that, I just threw that on the table and see what comes out of it.
I like it.
Cool.
But that's why Jared kept on asking, "What's the podcast about? What's the podcast
I
about?"
asked
Like,
once in the chat and once when we got on.
I'm like, dude,
Just so I'm
just
prepared.
wait, because I know this is going to be a great setup. So it didn't work as great as I wanted it to, but
Not as good as when we got on, but
no. But
Cool. Well, I volunteer to go first since I only have to talk about my mom because there's no wife in the picture.
Nor
Um,
girlfriend. So anyone that wants to be that, hit him up.
yep. Hit me up. I'll talk about you on the podcast.
sheesh.
But no, my mom she's one of my favorite people in the world. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a mama's boy. Me and my mom got a very, very special connection, and I can very confidently say that I am the favorite child. Whether she agrees or not, I'm the favorite. But
Nice.
man, she's supported me through everything that I do. Whether it's been playing sports in high school, which she wasn't a huge fan of, um, just because that meant she had to go sit in crowds, which she wasn't very fond of. But she did it um, every game because that's the kind of lady she is. Um, but when it comes to hunting, she is not. She loves the outdoors. She loves to go out and camp and do all those things, but she's not big into the hunting. She loves to eat the meat, but doesn't want to go out and shoot the animals herself. Um, but she's always allowed me, my brother, and my dad, and our sisters, when we can pull them along, to go out and do the things that we love. Um, and a couple years ago, we actually were able to talk her into going out with us on our deer hunt that we do every year. And um, that's a hunt that I'll never forget. That is one of my all-time favorite hunts that I've ever been on, just for the fact that my mom was there. Um, just the laughs that she brought and the energy that she had while she was there is just made that hunt something special. And I mean, it helped that I pulled out a 33-inch 4 point. That definitely added on top of that hunt. But I mean, if it would have been a tiny little 2 point, I think I would have remembered it just as much, just for the fact that my mom was there. Um, I don't know. I could talk about my mom and how awesome she is for an hour and a half. I could do it for the rest of my life, and anybody that asks me about her, I will do it for the rest of my life. She is just such a special lady, and I feel so blessed every day that I get to call her mom. Um, and that my nieces and nephews, thanks to James, my older sister, get to call her grandma. Um, but yeah, I mean, she's just so supportive of everything, especially that hunting aspect, because she knows how important that is in my life and in James's life. And so she's been such a blessing to everybody that she's come in contact with, in my opinion.
100%. I'm going to hop in here too because, we're talking about the same person. But, no, I too, that was one of my favorite hunts I've ever been on. And I'm going to say that day specifically because that's the only day she was there with us. But I mean, it helps that, a couple days later I shot my biggest buck too. But no, all that 100% aside, um, it was awesome to be able to go out doing exactly what we love doing the most, hunting and hunting together. But then to have her along with us, she made the trip just 1,000 times better than it would have ever been. And, you know, uh, man, there is not enough good I could ever say about my mom. She makes life so so much better than it would be without her. Heck, I definitely would not be here today without her. Along with what Hunter was saying too, because I did sports in high school too, and she would come to any game of mine that she could. It was a little harder for her to come to mine because up in Alaska we traveled way more. We had to take a boat or plane to get to our games, but when she could, she was there, and you could hear her yelling up in the stands no matter what. If you were running down the court and it wasn't the time to box out, you would hear box out from the stands. You knew 100% that was her. But you know what? She was there supporting me in the things that I love the most, basketball, hunting. She's a big reason why I'm where I am today now. I mean, she's a big reason why I went on my mission, why I decided to go up to school. She's someone that helped me realize that my wife was who I definitely wanted to spend the rest of forever with. I mean, I knew I wanted to, but she gave me more. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but she just helped me out a lot with that. Um, Man, anyone that's ever been blessed to meet her or spend time with her, if you've been blessed, that's the best way I can say. I mean, uh, heck, every time I've wanted to do something that I probably shouldn't have the desire to do, like hunt all the time, or try to go play basketball, or whatever, she supported me. She's always supported me in everything. And she has also, been the firm hand. No, you're not going to do that. Do it, and I'll beat you, piss her off, and come here, come here, put your face right here,
Yep.
put your face right here. Which every time that's happened has definitely been deserved, but
Oh yeah, 100%.
but no, oh man, she is one of the top things, best things that ever happened to me, to Hunter, to my siblings. No, I couldn't say enough good about her.
Yeah.
For sure. No, just kind of go off of that. Um, we can always jump back if you ever have anything to say. Just say it because that's how that's how this always goes.
Okay.
But kind of stay on that same track. Yeah, you're. It's a joke, but and you're not supposed to choose favorites, but she may or may not be my favorite aunt. So, um, and she's. I mean, I went through a rough stage, and your family was always there for me. Um, Always kind of my retreat place, you know. And she was always there, just always happy to have me, and uh, yeah, no, I love your mom. So,
I mean,
um,
Colin is like your guys' cousin, whatever, family, but like when I came in the picture and started hanging out with you guys and your sister and everything else, I mean, I didn't have to knock. I'd just walk right into the house, go to the fridge, steal one of her Mountain Dews, and come hang out on the couch with
as
them.
long as it's not the last Mountain Dew.
As
Yeah.
long as it's not the. But yeah, I mean, your guys' mom is such an amazing lady. Like, I've been blessed to have her as one of my second moms. Like, you guys have said, we can't like narrow it down just to a few words of how amazing she is. Like, we all could go on about it. So I do want to like give credit where credit is due. Like, top notch woman. Like, love her to death.
Amen.
But yeah, I'll go with my mom because she's amazing. Um, Ever since I was little, it was always I was always able to do whatever I wanted, and I didn't want to do very much. Mainly, I wanted to wrestle and I wanted to hunt, so I was able to do that. Then I got when it really hit me, and I really realized how fortunate I was. I was 14. I was reading all these magazines of, oh, how cool is to hunt elk in the rut and all this and that. I'm like, I want to hunt elk with my bow. Well, my dad's a high school softball coach. So and in Colorado, it's in the fall. So his fall's scheduled up. And especially opening day. He was in rifle my opening day. So I was like, well, I'm 14. I can't drive. I've been practicing all summer. I got this spot that I want to go. Um, what's it going to take? And I asked my mom, hey, can you take me? She, without hesitation, yeah, I'll take you. But she got up, me, my little brothers, all four of them, all four of us brothers were there, for at least part of it. And Tracer and I walked in half mile, called in a cow. I smoked her at 30 yards. She went and died. Went and grabbed my mom and my little brothers. We packed her out, and she did that countless times for me. I can't even fathom how many times she took me out that year. Where she'd come tag along, or she'd be sitting in the car waiting for me. And at the time, I was just, oh, this is awesome. But looking back on it, that was just so. I mean, she's the mom of 6 kids, and it was just so far out of her way to do that for me. Um, I'm just very grateful for that retrospect. Same thing as wrestling. She would always have separate meals for me if I needed them. She always got my favorite things that I was craving when it was wrestling season, because I did cut quite a bit. So she always had my favorite thing. Nobody was allowed to eat my food. Nobody was allowed to eat any of the wrestlers' food that she got. So Tracer, Talon, Bronson, Jaylee, when she was wrestling, nobody was allowed to eat the wrestlers' food. And she was pretty strict on that. And she would always have Snickers at my meets. I love my Snickers at the wrestling tournaments. Jared's shaking his head.
I hate Snickers.
Me and my buddy, me and my buddy Wade, we would always eat just slam
Oh,
Snickers. We'd
you
share.
guys are obsessed.
So hey, the
You guys
records
could have gotten
records show.
you guys could have gotten a pallet a season, and it might have lasted.
Yeah, but just throughout all that, it was just, yeah, I'm very grateful for all she's done for me, and then especially through the later years of my life, um, when things didn't go quite as planned in my path, I'm gonna say, and she was still there, just very supportive, very not very pushy, just very there, and was always there when I needed her, and just yeah, I can't say enough about her in that retrospective. She will do anything for her kids, anything, and I've seen it time and time again. But
I mean, one of my favorite memories with your mom is when she took us up turkey hunting, and we were what, middle school?
it was young, yeah.
I mean, elementary, middle school age. Like we couldn't go. Like we needed someone to drive and someone to be there with us. And I ended up smoking that Jake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that was awesome because your dad was big soft or not. It wouldn't have been softball. I don't know what it
It
would
might
have.
have been baseball at that time.
Yeah, it might have been
We had
baseball
baseball for a while.
or something. He was busy and couldn't take us, and so your mom loaded us up. And I remember she asked us about 8 or 9 times and had to verify 6 or 7 times that we had our tags. But yeah, like your mom is amazing. I love her, especially over the last probably 4 or 5 years when you and I've gotten super close. It's just like a whole nother family.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like you said, she take care of her kids, and like I'm lucky enough, like I am one of her like adopted kids.
Mm-hmm. 100%. But
No, I want to say that your mom's got a very special place in my heart. She, heck, dude, when I was on my mission, she wrote me a few times, and I don't know how she did it, but times I'd be struggling pretty hard, and I'd get either a letter or an email from Lori, exactly what I needed, exactly what I needed at that time, and she's always just she's checked in on me every now and then, and man, I w- way more that she's done for me, but man, she's become one of my favorite people. She's always one of the first people that I say always, it's only happened twice, that when we found out we're having kids, that I let her know before, other than my immediate family. She's the next one to know. And oh, heck, I will always have a special place for your mom in my heart.
Oh yeah. Um, Shoot, I've spent a lot of time with your family and especially your mom and your dad. Um, because uh, as everybody knows, I hung out with Colton and Tracer, who y'all will meet here pretty soon.
really soon.
Really?
But in my later years of high school and right after high school, I spent a lot of time over at their place just because we spent all our time in the mountains, and um, it just always ended up starting at Colton's house. And there was many times that I'd walk into that house, and the first person I would see would be your mom, and she would run up and hug me and ask me if I wanted food, ask me if I needed something to drink. Right. She's always willing and like offering you something. She's just such a giver. She loves to give people things, and um, she doesn't really ask for things in return. She just is such a um, like service oriented person, and I love it. I love it so much. She, me and her have had a lot of really long talks, especially when I came home off my mission. Um, I remember very vividly her and Cambry coming to the house, and everybody else in my family was at school, and her and Cambry came over, and we sat down on the couch and we talked for hours, like I mean 4 or 5 hours straight, just sitting and talking and laughing, and um, just the fact that she she just took time out of her day to come make me feel better, because I wasn't in a great place at the time. Um, but I promise you, when those two left my house, I had a big old smile on my face, and I was feeling way better about myself. And um, one thing that I can never thank your mom enough for is for popping out a little boy named Tracer Hall. That is one of my best friends. He will forever be my probably my best friend, honestly. Me and that kid have gone through thick and thin together. He has been there for me when I didn't even know I needed him. He has been there for me when I needed him. He's been there for me when I thought I needed nobody. And he is just he's a special kid, and I'm excited for everybody else to get to know exactly how special he is. Because there's just something about that kid that is going to put a smile on your face, whether you like it or not. But I mean, there's so many good things about that I could say about your mom. And I mean, if anybody knows her, they'll know that I'm not speaking from I'm not talking like out of view, you know. It's not biased. It's just the lady she is. Um, I know that all of us on here have been pretty dang blessed. I haven't met Jared's mom a whole lot, but the one or two times that I have met her, she has welcomed me in with open arms.
100%. Like my mom, such a strong lady. I mean, she's been dealing with my dad's disease that he has for the last 30 years since they've been married. And it, like, she spent months in hospitals next to him, like, throughout the years and taking care of him. Pretty much been his nurse, like, after major surgeries or something and surgery didn't go right. Like, she's been there and probably one of the toughest ladies I know. I've been lucky enough to have her. Like, I've made some very piss poor decisions in my life with either like exes or what I'm doing, whatever the case may be. She doesn't like it. She encourages me to get back on the better road. And me and her, we might butt heads, but she's always there for me. There's been so many times I've gone and just like cried on her shoulder and like whatever. She's always there for me and my sister, as well as like my wife, all my friends. Like Colton can vouch for it. We'll take anybody in with open arms. Uh, but like some of the favorites that I have with my mama is like, cause like growing up, my family was always like me, my parents, my grandpa, a whole bunch of cousins, couple uncles out at hunting camp every year, and she's killed a couple real nice bucks. And I remember one time like I was going through a stage with a girl, and she absolutely hated it, did not like her, like, and we're button heads, we're really bad at this time in my life, and I was like, I can't remember even if I was old, or yeah, I was definitely old enough to drive, but I just asked her, "Hey, will you go on a turkey hunt with me?" And she went. Like first time she's ever gone on a turkey hunt. First and I think only time she's ever been. And we went and drove around looking for turkeys. And like the first genuine talk, like heart to heart that we've had in months, because just the poor decisions I was making. But even after that stage in my life, it was always like it felt like nothing changed. And even though she wasn't proud, like probably the proudest my decisions at the time, like nothing changed and was always there. So like I have one special mom. I could go on forever. Like everybody else can with their moms, but I freaking love her to death.
Yeah, no, every time they're like your mom and your dad come to sporting events or something, and they're always, oh, hey, Colton Hall, or hey, and it's always Colton Hall. It's Colton Hall, Colton H, because there are three or four of us at one time. There are four of us on the wrestling team at one time, so it was always Colton H. Um, or Colton Hall, or yeah. Anyway, but they would always come up and say something, or especially during our later years, we'd walk in. Have you eaten yet? Yeah. Well, you better eat. There's a lot left over. You better eat. Like, well, all right.
All
And well, I end up getting a plate and eating. So, but just very big hearted lady, and yeah, I love her to death. She's always interested, and every time I see her, it's always happy talk. But,
yeah, like and like she doesn't know James like at all. They've never met, and like Hunter said, like they've only met for about 30 seconds. I think the only time they've ever really met was at my going away party when I was heading to basic, but she cares so much about this HnH crew. Like, she's always asking about us. Like, what's your guys' next plans for your podcast? When are you guys meeting up? How's everybody doing? Like, she loves the idea of what we're doing and is so excited for our adventures that we have planned in the future.
I'll say, dude, she raised a hell of a kid.
Thanks, man.
She's raised a hell of kids. That I, as you said, I haven't met her before. I hope I get to. I really, honestly do hope I get to.
Oh, it'll happen, especially this summer when we all get together. Hopefully they'll be in town. They might not be, but when we get together, everyone will get to meet her.
Heck yeah. I know. I look forward to it. But that just, and I've been told that multiple times throughout my life, and I'm starting to understand it more, that you can tell a lot about a parent through their kids. And I know that's not always the case, but I definitely believe it's the case here. You're a dang good dude. I definitely consider you a friend. I like having you being on this podcast with you. And she's got to be just one heck of a lady. She's got to be freaking awesome. I mean, never met her yet, but I'm already on my way to loving her.
I mean, we've been talking about moms, so I mean, I'll let Caden talk about his wife since she's a mom, and all of our wives. Even I'll just let you guys talk about your guys' other special women in your life.
No, heck yeah. My wife, she's a midget. I'll probably get in trouble on YouTube and Spotify for saying that, but no, she's not. But I mean, we've got like a foot difference in height, but
It's kind of funny to
no,
see you two together, honestly.
it is. No, but I love all you guys. I love everyone, but dang, I love my wife, dude. She is my very, very, very best friend. There's not a single person on this earth that I think about, that I cherish like I do her. My kids, it's a different kind of love, but her, holy cow, I've seen her go through just unimaginable things. Two kids, I mean, and we're gonna have more at some point. Not now. We we are
Possibly.
not. She is not pregnant. Okay, won't be for a while, but I know we're planning on more in the future. And holy crap, any woman that goes through that to bring a child to this earth, oh my gosh, it's it's unimaginable. But to see her go through that, through days and days of just hurt and pain, giving birth to kids. We had our son in the NICU for months, and we were away from home for that whole time. And the toll that it took on her is, holy cow. She is the strongest, absolute strongest person I know. She, holy cow. She makes me want to be a much better person. She definitely, she definitely married down, and I very much married up. uh, Man, she's an amazing mother to my kids. My kids are the luckiest freaking kids ever for her. Not so much for me. But no, she deals with them all. I shouldn't say it like that. It's not bad, not deals with them, but they're a lot right now. My daughter's turning 2, and
Oh,
she's a lot. And then my son, he doesn't sleep for crap. So she's up all night, she's up all day, she's taking care of the kids, cleans the house. She does her own little side business she's doing. She does an unexplainable amount of things. And she still welcomes me home every day. She may be exhausted, but she lets me know how much she loves me. I've never doubted that she loves me. I mean, oh my goodness. She is a big reason why I can do this with you guys. She's with my kids right now, taking care of them so I can be on this video call, this podcast with you guys. I mean, I just like my mom, I could go on for ever talking about how amazing my wife is. And she is, for me, to me, she's perfect.
For sure. Well, I feel like I copy Caden, but I'm married to Hannah as well.
Yeah. Hey,
Good choices. But and yeah, well, we're announcing it soon, so I might as well say it here. We are pregnant.
Woo!
Oh,
woo.
yeah. So we will be coming September, which I know I'm part of a hunting podcast. September was not good timing, but my thought process was right. Okay. So I never was able to hunt on my birthday, so they have the chance of hunting on their birthday. But
Dang.
but anyway, yeah. For the we just celebrated 6 months, so it's not that long, but we've been together 6 months. It's been awesome. It's been amazing. She's been um, just very supportive of all this. As soon as we got married September 23rd, and then the next weekend was opening of deer hunt, and I can't hunt. I'm not a resident, but I didn't push it. I was like, well, if you want to get a deer tag, you can. And she might say differently, but I don't feel like I pushed it.
You pushed it probably.
If you want to get a deer tag, we can go out. I've got some ideas. So she did. She got a deer tag, and October 1st rolled around, and we went out. It's a 2.5 hour drive to the spot. We went the night before, camped out, had a terrible night's rest before, and then went out the next day. Saw a buck right at first light. Wasn't legal. It's got to be a 3-pointer legal or better in that unit. Never did see a buck that was worth legal, but she spent all day on the mountain. And one of our first big adventures together, period, let alone married, you know. And then the next, let's see, 15th was opener for elk, and we went to the same spot, and I took her up a steeple bugger. And again, it was all voluntary. She didn't. I mean, it was something that she wanted to do. Mainly because that's my passion. And so we hiked all up this mountain, and depending on who tells the story, the way I tell it, and it didn't really go this way, but the way I tell it is she passed on a 350 bull, and then she passed on a 280 bull, and she passed on countless cows. And it's an any elk unit, so you can shoot any elk, spike, cow, calf, anything. But the big bull, and he was probably at least 300. She made the right decision, didn't shoot it, whatnot. But I was so proud of her for that trip because we went up this steep. I mean, it's a steep mountain, and it's a mountain. It's not a hill. It's not. No, it was a mountain, and we crawled up that thing and got up about to the top and got relaxed for a minute, and then chaos went, and just watching her go through all that and not letting the emotions get the best of her. And she had the opportunity to kill that bull, but because she didn't see the head, she didn't want to take the shot. She didn't confirm that was it. And I just couldn't be more proud of her for that. But through the rest of our marriage, it's always been, well, what do you want to do? I don't care. So I'm like, well, you want to go shed hunting? Sure. So we had a week off and we went shed hunting. We drove down 700 miles. I don't know how far it was. It may be more. Down to central Arizona and went shed hunting. Had a blast there. Spent a couple nights camping, um, and that's just who she is. She just loves being in the moment. She loves being in the moment, and I'm so excited to see her as a mother. She's just next week. She's graduating with her bachelor's degree.
Heck
She's
yeah.
been doing online school half the day and working half the day. So she's just nonstop. She's always doing something there. So I couldn't be more proud of her for that. But just it's been 6 months, and I'm so excited for the rest, for her turning more. It's She's an amazing, amazing wife, and
I do
I
want
just
to hype your wife up. I mean, I think it was definitely before you got married. It was last turkey season, last year's turkey season, and I don't think she was super interested in going and chasing these stupid birds around, but we got her convinced. All right, we'll wake up early and go out for a couple hours.
well, turkey hunting's not like turkey hunting. You get up way early. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got to beat them. You got to beat them to the roost and get set up before they can see. But anyway,
But
sorry.
yeah, I mean, she was like, "All right, I'll go," and like she went with, and then like this year's turkey season, you guys turned around from Arizona and drove down to Colorado and freaking hiked with us and all that other thing. You got a special.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. So I can't say enough good about her. But
I mean, my wife. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I got her. I really don't. I mean, we're not expecting it, but if it's up to me, we'd already have one or two. Like I, I cannot wait to start a family with her because like I see her with our 2-year-old nephew, and I already can tell she's gonna make such an amazing mother. I am so excited for that stage in our life, which hopefully next year. But I mean, she's so freaking tough. Like, if you guys don't know, or if our viewers don't know, she's a type 1 diabetic. And that is not an easy thing to deal with at all. And I mean, she complains about it. It's tough, but she handles it. She loves to go shed hunting. Oh my gosh. If she could, she'd go shed hunting every single day. And like this year, I ended up convincing her to get a tag for turkeys. Like, she has no interest in birds. None whatsoever. Never been a bird hunter. So I finally got her convinced to get a tag and convinced her to, all right, let's go out just one day while we're. And she was able to make it happen on a decent bird. Her first, I mean, it was an 8-inch tom. Fan was all messed up, unfortunately, but we took running off after these things and running, crawling on our stomachs, going through a swamp, losing them, finding them again, running again. She didn't complain at all. Like, so all right, let's do this. Between that and chasing elk, oh, I got lucky because any outdoor type of thing, she's always down for. Whether it be fishing, hunting, shed hunting, driving around in the mountains, whatever the case may be, she's always there. And then our inside joke, Colton can vouch for us because we've been friends for 5 years and kind of lost connection and then regained it right before I left the military. So our inside joke was, uh, told her I was joining up, and I'm like, everything in the military happens faster. We're talking now, getting married next week, and having kids next month. And that's what I told her. And so next week rolled around, and so we had this fake wedding thing. And Colton officiated it as a joke.
I can't believe we went. It was like a 10-minute ceremony. That it was just like it was like a silly middle school type wedding.
Oh, 100%. Like, you could go out to the playground and get married, but I mean, that's just who she is. She's a child at heart. And that's probably one of my favorite memories with her and Colton and I. We're just screwing around.
That and then are we gonna die?
We joke about that all the time.
But yeah, no, no. Kelsey's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Uh, we've been friends a while, and
we've seen.
all the girlfriends and everything. I've always had questions, but not about Kels.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we both feel that way with our wives. Like, we've seen girls come and go, and it's always been like, what the heck are you doing? You're being an idiot right now. But until we got our wives, it's all like once we got them, it's like, You better freaking marry her. I remember we're skinning out that dough that I got. We won't talk about the gutting and everything else, but I remember you and I were skinning her out, and she ran inside to sharpen knives or do something to help us out. And you're like, you need to marry her. Remember that one vivid. I'm going to. I just got to convince her to stay long enough.
No, that's yeah. You got a good one. I mean, yeah. I feel like we all got good ones.
Oh, 100.
The little I've met about Hannah too. She's just been very pleasant and very. I don't know. I steal you a lot, King. So I'm very grateful that she lets me do that.
I mean, I'd say we need to get
Heck yeah.
Hunter and Tracer some girls and wives, but it's going to be a challenge because they're not going to want to go hang out with girls. They're going to want to go hang out with each other and go shed hunting. Between Hunter at work and then hanging out with Tracer, it's just a lost cause, I think. At least for the next
Yeah,
while.
unless we run into two females somewhere up on the mountain, it might be a little bit
They're
before
either going to have to
we're
be sisters, cousins, or best friends that
Yeah.
never leave each other's sides.
Yep. Oh man,
No.
it's gonna happen eventually. Yeah, hopefully. If not,
Well,
hey,
it will. It like Jared was saying, they come and go, and once the right one comes along, it's pretty blatantly obvious. But
yeah,
they say what do they say? They say your first love is dramatic and traumatic,
Hell yeah.
and it's hard to recover from. But your true love sneaks up on you and is everlasting.
Yeah, and I know.
So you went through the traumatic stage, so
yeah. Been there, done that. Let's move on to the whole sneaking up part.
I mean, me and Colton watched each other go through that traumatic phase, and that was rough for us.
oh yeah.
That was a rough go. And then I mean, all of a sudden, it's like you're talking to Hannah, and I'm talking to Kelsey all around the same time, and the rest is history.
Yep.
I do want.
I do want
Go ahead.
I do want to throw some other people in. My mother-in-law and her sister have just been huge supports to me since I've been here. Um, Hannah and I's love story. We met on a Mormon dating site, um, and then end up meeting up in Vernal, which was 3 hours away, 3.5 hours away for each of us, and that's where our dating life started. And then I decided, you know what, I want to make this. I want to make the commitment. I want to start dating her, and so I moved here to Wyoming. But housing was an issue, and jobs too. And so she set up a job for me. I'm working for her cousin still to this day. And her aunt just took me wide open arms. Here, you can have a bedroom. All the food in the house is yours. Whatever you need is yours. And same thing with her mom. Her mom was just always very supportive of everything, and I just couldn't be more grateful for those two women in my life and the role they played in everything, and they still play to this day. I love them to death. But to go to our biggest podcast supporters, um, I think majority of comments on our YouTube page are from my grandma, and there's a couple from Jared's grandma.
My grandma does.
It's just, yeah, your grandma did a couple a while
I'll have
back.
to go look.
And I just love that. I love the support we get from them, um, and the support we get from other grandparents. I mean, I'm gonna go with our shared grandma, or grandparents, but for sure Grandma Barton. Um, she's living her dream, which just so happens to be the best grandma ever. In just the case that she travels and around and visits all the grandkids when she can. She hits all the major sporting events if she can. I remember I rode with her and Papa Joe to Hunter's state finals football game. And they're just very supportive in that way.
Is this the same?
And she's always supportive and always loving.
Is this the same grandma that always go to the wrestling tournaments?
Yes.
I want to say it is.
Yep.
I don't know. Both my grandmas came.
I mean, both of them are such sweet ladies.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I recognized them because they're huge support to me and my life, and even Grandma Hall. Just the more I learn about her, the more I love her, and she's always been very supportive and very open arms when we're there. But the more I understand about her, and the more I'm growing to love her more and more. Um, but I did want to throw our grandmas in there because they're very special people.
Oh, 100%. No, one of my favorite memories of Grandma Carol was just recently. They were passing through and decided to spend the night here. So it was just me, my wife, my kids, and Grandma and Grandpa. Nothing crazy, we didn't really do anything. We just sat around, hung out. Next day, I got up and went to work, and they took off, but dang, it was a lot of fun. It was awesome to have them here in my home. They're the only grandparents that have been and probably will ever be in my home. They they went out of their way to come see us here
Mm-hmm.
and to spend the night with us, to see my kids and their great grandkids, and it was just, man, it was a lot of fun. And I'll tell you, with Grandma Hall, I don't care what anyone says, even if we're not blood related, she's my grandma,
Mm-hmm.
100%. She's there the day I was born. I love her more than most people, and she will always be one of my favorite people, no matter what. But then I also want to add on to what Colton was saying earlier. Uh, my mother-in-law is amazing. Holy cow, my mother-in-law is amazing. She raised 5 girls, and that couldn't have been easy. And she's got 7 granddaughters and 1 grandson. Man, she is just one of the most amazing women that have ever walked this earth. Even though I'm probably not the ideal son-in-law, I know she loves me. I know that she loves me like one of her kids. She takes care of me so much. I've eaten at her house more than I think I ever have at my own. She's always welcoming to have us over there all the time. She takes care of my family. She takes care of my wife. She takes care of my kids. Man, she is one of the most just special people that I know. I love the fact that she knows God. She has a very special relationship with him, and that is a huge example to me, and is just one of the coolest things to me. So I could not be more grateful for anyone like I am her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my in-laws, like, I love my mother-in-law, my in-laws, and my grandma. Oh my God, they've me in with open arms. Like, I mean, my wife's parents weren't the biggest fan of me for some stupid mistakes I did earlier in life, and I owned up to them. took it on the chin. Like, all right, I either learn from it or I don't, and I don't become a better person. Learn from it, and like after that, like they took me in, like one of their own. Like my in-laws are such amazing people. The only thing I could have asked differently from them is maybe different names, because you got Keith, who's my father-in-law, and then my wife's sister is Kayla, Kinsey, Katrina, and Kelsey. So maybe little different name choices might have been better, but I mean, I love them to death. It gets a bit of a tongue twister at times. I've called my wife Kinsey or Katrina, whatever it may be. Like they're all K's, so it's hard. But while we're on the subject of like Mother's Day podcast, since that's coming up and everything, I would do want to give my best friend a shout out. I mean, she's a single mother, but I get to be Uncle Jared to her daughter, and I'm so close. And so, like, I want to give her a shout out, just how amazing she's doing, and she's one of the most important girls. She's killing it.
Heck yeah, dude. No, and heck, I'll shout out my sister too, Brittany. She's a mother, and she's a dang good one.
That's fact.
Man, she hasn't had an easy life, but you know what? She's pushed through. She's in a dang good place. She is one of the best people that anyone could ever meet,
Mhm.
and she makes dang cute kids.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And then, no, Hunter, if you've got something,
Well, I would just say ditto, man. Um, our sister, everybody here, all four of us have a very strong relationship with my sister Brittany.
Well, that's
Um,
really how Jared got the connection with
Yep.
you guys, more so than anything else, really.
I mean, I got close with
yep.
her, and I'm glad I did because it brought me close to you guys.
Yeah. But I just she is one special woman. She has got a spirit about her that is just unmatched. I have never met someone that can be so joyous um, about things and can find the joy in things that most people won't find the joy in. And like James says, she makes damn cute kids. Holy cow, little Maggie Moo. She has got some of the
Oh,
chunkiest little cheeks you'll ever see, and all you want to do is just pinch those suckers and oh my goodness, that child is something special. And she's gonna be just like her mom. I know it for a fact. She's gonna be she's just such a special kid. And to come from such a special mom is just a little powerhouse of a family, man. Um, and she does so good with Maggie. I FaceTime her a lot because anytime you see that child, you just get a smile on your face. So I spend a lot of time talking to them, and she is willing to talk to me while she's making dinner and trying to take care of a crying kid and doing all these other things. And she still finds the time of day to try to help me out with the things that I'm going through, and that to me just means the world. When someone's willing to do that, when in all reality they don't have the time for it, you know. Um, but they're willing to make the time for it. So I just, man, I've been blessed. I've got some amazing women in my life, and most of them are family, and so I get to be around them and with them for forever, for all of eternity, man. And I am so thankful for it.
Yeah.
okay. No, real quick, I've also got two sister-in-laws that are mothers too that I want to give just a quick little shout out to because man, they've changed my life for the better. They're amazing women. Britton, my wife's oldest sister. She's got 5 kids, 5 of my nieces, and holy cow, she is super mom. There's not a dang thing that woman
That's
can't do,
facts.
and she's just one of the absolute coolest people anyone could ever meet. If, along with what's been said earlier, if you've met her and spent any time around her, you're a blessed person. But then the other one is Olivia, my wife's younger sister. She there is not a nicer, kinder person on this earth than her. She cares about everyone, and anyone that's around her will know that they are cared about. And she, man, she's become a really good friend for me. She's either lived with us when my wife and I were first married or next door to us. I mean, her house is just right there. And holy cow, both of them, oh man, I love them so much. And I'm grateful for them. And they too make dang cute kids.
Yeah, no, this is more than I was hoping for, which is great. So I'm glad we did this. Let's just wrap it up. We are very, very grateful for all of them in our lives, as you guys have heard. Um, very, very grateful, and we couldn't be the guys we are today. I'm not saying we're great men. I know the guys. I mean, I know all my co-hosts are great men, but um, yeah, it's just we're very grateful for the women in our lives and our moms especially, and um, just want to do a shout out. So, um, yeah,
Yeah. No, we as it's been said throughout this whole thing, there's not enough good that we could say about the moms in our lives, the women in our lives. They are I to take from a podcast we did earlier. Mothers are the biggest treasure to us, to this earth, and we could not be more grateful for them. So thank you to all the moms, mother figures, wives, sisters, whatever, all the women in our lives.
I did forget
We
to
definitely
say
thank
one
you.
thing about my wife that I want to give her a shout out for. Here in a couple of years, hopefully, we will have our own
Heck yeah.
taxidermist that will be doing all of our mounts for us. She is really interested in getting in the taxidermy business, so it's gonna work out perfect. I mean, married to like me and having this HnH crew, like she'll have her work cut out for her. So hopefully, we'll have one in a couple years.
Heck yeah. Kelsey, you're the
Yeah, I'll
best.
send you pictures of one of the mounts she did.
Heck yeah.
but yeah, with that, um, I reach out to our support, um, Jake with Osprey. He hooked us up with some dang good binos
Heck
that
yeah.
we've all at least got to try. And
Oh
I'll
yeah, mine are
say
great.
I love mine.
no, and they're great for for my Arizona trip. I wanted a little bit more power, so I stuck with my Vortex. My but for they're my road pair, 100%. They stay in the truck the whole time. I love them to death for that. But and then for archery, I'm really excited to try them
Oh,
out
this
for archery.
turkey season for me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Like we said, Jake with Osprey used the HnH code. Then we got one big thing coming up, and we'll probably talk about it next week in one of the next podcasts we do. So be listening for that.
yeah. Once you get the deets
Heck
down,
yeah.
so no, we've been very, very fortunate. Like we were saying in the last podcast, we're very fortunate. So With that being said, I'm glad we got everybody together today. It was one heck of a podcast. I'm glad to call you guys my brothers. So, yeah.
Heck yeah, my dudes. No, we look forward to more videos coming to our channel here soon. So like and subscribe to all those things. YouTube, Spotify, whatever the heck else we're on. Instagram.
Yep,
That's the
that's the
one
one
I
you
was trying
guys
to
like
think
the
of.
most. We get, yeah, we're getting more reels out and more a lot of. I mean, yeah, all our good pictures are on there. You'll see some monster buck, like Hunter was saying, he killed that 33-inch buck. That buck's on there. Caden's biggest buck. I mean, all those bucks behind him are
My
on
biggest.
there.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
all Jared's. Yeah, no, it's cool. So we enjoy what we've been doing with it,
No.
and excited for the next step. So
Heck yeah. So check it all out. Give us likes, follows,
yeah,
reviews, everything. Comments. We accept it all. We're grateful for it all. But yeah, no, we look forward to the next time we're able to all be together. We look forward to the next podcast. Look forward to sharing it all with you guys.
Yeah. Well, till next time, guys.
Peace.
Right on, my dudes. We'll catch you later.